10,000 hotel beds, empty for 49 years. What happens when a paradise resort town is instantly, irrevocably abandoned? Life stopped on a dime in Varosha, leaving dinner tables set and clothes hanging, a place literally preserved since August 1974. Nothing moved. Then, Cyprus became a divided island, and Varosha, once the jewel of the Mediterranean, found itself sealed off by barbed wire. Before 1974, Varosha was Europe's premier destination, boasting over 10,000 hotel beds and attracting around 700,000 tourists annually now. Only ghosts check in. Luxury cars from 1974 still sit in showrooms, gathering dust and rust, their tires long deflated, a testament to an abrupt departure. Empty hotels, once grand, now stand decaying, their interiors eerily preserved as if guests vanished mid-meal, leaving decades of dust. Imagine booking a 5-star vacation, only for it to be instantly cancelled for 48 years. This town is essentially a perpetual bad TripAdvisor review. Hundreds of structures, including those 10,000 hotel beds across dozens of properties, were left behind, a stark monument to its former tourist dominance. Storefront mannequins still wear 1970s fashion, forever paused in shop windows, silently observing the desolate, wind-swept streets. Over nearly 5 decades, aggressive vegetation now breaches concrete, with palm trees growing through balconies and roots cracking hotel foundations. Sea turtles, finding the beaches undisturbed for 48 breeding seasons, have since flocked to Varosha, establishing protected nesting grounds. This 6-square-kilometer zone, a forbidden city, is so perfectly preserved, it makes ghost towns usually ravaged by time look modern. Documents show developers invested millions in the 1970s. Hoping to open 50 new hotels by 1980, dreams utterly crushed in 1974. It wasn't a slow fade, but a sudden, brutal halt that emptied Varosha, forcing its people out in a panic. Just hours before Turkish forces rolled into the Mesoaria plain on August 14, 1974, during Attila II, Varosha's roughly 15,000 residents and thousands of tourists had to get out. Imagine 30,000 soldiers and over 200 tanks, a blitzkrieg smashing the island's uneasy calm. It wasn't just on the ground either. Turkish F-100 Super Sabres screamed overhead, strafing targets. The city's 39,000 inhabitants scattered in terror, many escaping with just the clothes on their backs. They left dinners cooking and new cars sitting on the lot, a jarring snapshot of life violently interrupted. In less than 2 days, Turkish troops held the city, boxing in the coveted southern district, Varosha. The UN's response was to draw a 180-kilometer buffer zone, the Green Line, to stop the bloodshed. Everything just stopped. Over 2,500 cars, including pristine 1974 Toyotas, were left behind. Some call it a historical time capsule. Former residents say it's the planet's saddest, most political open-air exhibit. The odds were stacked too. The 30,000 Turkish troops were a massive force against the 12,000 Cypriot National Guard soldiers defending the area. Then, on August 16, 1974, the Turkish military officially cordoned off the district, labeling it a forbidden military zone. Varosha became the heart of this standoff, a 6-square-kilometer ghost town secured by fences and soldiers. For nearly half a century, the only legal inhabitants have been nesting sea turtles and a rampant rat population. Nearly 160,000 Greek Cypriots were displaced in mere hours, an event that dramatically altered lives and left generations with a profound ache. Many fled believing they'd return in days, leaving meals on tables that would sit untouched for decades. This invasion erased countless memories, transforming beloved places like the Argo Hotel, once frequented by Elizabeth Taylor, into a guarded, crumbling fortress. Barbed wire and watchtowers ensured no one could reclaim their lives, leaving families heartbroken and experiencing solastalgia, homesickness for a place you can't reach. Unlike Chernobyl's radioactive half-life, Varosha's fate is a political signature, its land sitting in limbo. Families literally left dinner on the table on August 15, 1974, meals untouched for decades under layers of dust, thinking they'd be gone for days. Instead, almost 40,000 residents became permanent refugees, locked out of their own homes. Anna Dimitriou, for example, still clutches keys from her abandoned Varosha home, waiting over 5 decades for any hope of return. The economic toll was staggering. Property values here were over $1.5 billion back in 1974. Generations have grown up with stories of Varosha, inheriting a longing for a vibrant town they never knew. Despite countless UN resolutions, the fenced-off zone remained inaccessible, its trauma impacting mental health for many. "We dream of returning even just to visit," one former resident stated, "to touch the walls of our forgotten home." 30% of Varosha's roofs have already collapsed, structures designed to last a century yielding in just 2 decades. Our concrete jungle is slowly being swallowed by nature's relentless advance. Streets once choked with luxury cars are now impassable thickets, where tenacious fig tree roots exploit every crack, shattering concrete at a meter per year. This ghost city has unexpectedly become a sanctuary. Wild foxes, feral cats, and migratory birds now call these empty buildings home. That constant kiss of sea salt and humidity relentlessly corrodes metal, accelerating decay by 20% compared to inland spots. Varosha's pristine beaches, once packed with sunbathers, have eroded 10 meters over 5 decades, fundamentally reshaping the coastline. Inside the hotels, opulent lobbies lie in dusty ruins, ceilings collapsing from water damage, revealing the sky. Expensive furniture abandoned in 1974 slowly rots into dust, its demise quickened by Varosha's 80% average humidity. Creepy, the rare Mediterranean monk seal has even been spotted near this coast. Once sparkling swimming pools, devoid of chlorine for decades, now harbor surprising marine life, becoming accidental saltwater habitats. Dominant plant species like oleander, wild olives, and invasive acacias are creating a true green fortress. The absence of humans has made Varosha a sanctuary for over 50 bird species, nesting safely within the decaying structures and dense foliage. The only sounds are the wind, rustling leaves, and distant waves. How has nature so completely reclaimed this monument to human endeavor? It's a powerful, silent testament to time and impermanence. Back in 1974, a city of 39,000 people simply vanished overnight, its fate later cemented by UN Resolution 550. Varosha isn't just a place. It's a critical pawn in a decades-long political deadlock, legally defined by international law. You see, a 1984 UN mandate explicitly demanded the area be transferred to UN administration for resettlement by its original inhabitants. This makes Varosha unique among ghost towns. Its status isn't merely abandoned, but fiercely contested by global powers. It remains a bargaining chip in the wider Cyprus problem, a symbol of division locked behind the UN-patrolled Green Line. From the 1974 invasion to that 1984 resolution, and then Turkey's controversial partial reopening in 2020, Varosha's fate has been in constant flux. In fact, Turkey's 2020 move to reopen a small beachfront section for tourism was widely condemned internationally as a blatant violation of UN resolutions. It's frankly absurd. Decades of reunification talks have collapsed. At least 11 major peace initiatives have failed to break the political and military stalemate. One former resident put it starkly, "They are not just empty buildings. They are holding our lives, our memories, hostage to politics." Think about it. The city's population went from over 39,000 vibrant residents to 0 in just a few days. That's like an entire mid-sized city vanishing. This frozen conflict has left approximately 36% of Cyprus under Turkish military control for half a century. The potential economic value of a restored Varosha is estimated in the billions, a colossal lost opportunity. For many, it's the ultimate symbol of the conflict. A concrete paradise lost, waiting for diplomacy to finally catch up.